Good morning and welcome back to Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul Barr, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, and assisting me this morning is Stephanie, one of my lead teachers.
Good morning.
So sit up and sit in the front of your mat. Your legs can be crossed or out in front of you. Your hands can be on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes. Just do some regular breathing here, nothing straining. Check in with your mind, check in with your body this morning. See how you're feeling. See if there's stress in the mind, racing thoughts. And if so, just let them be. Let them flow in and out of your mind. And as we begin our practice, like we always do, let's set an intention for our practice this morning. It can be for yourself, for a friend, for a family member, for the universe, for animals, for anything. And when you make this intention, use it throughout your practice this morning. Use it as a guide. Use it when you're struggling or the breath and your mind are just racing or shallow or it's just you're not feeling good. Come back to this intention for this, as I call it, a dedication of your practice. I want you to close your eyes and bow your head to seal in that intention. Keep it with you throughout your practice. Now lift your gaze back up. And along with our intention, we want to start to deepen our breath, create that ujjayi or yogic breath, deep inhales through the nose and an exhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we constrict the throat. We want to make that ha sound as if we're fogging up a mirror. Start to deepen the breath now. And this breath, this yogic breath, is like our intention in that I want you to use it as a guide throughout your practice. This breath should be strong, controlled, smooth, no huffing and puffing, no shallow breath. And if you do find yourself this morning struggling with the breath, come back to it, get it under control, because at the end of the day, yoga is really about strong breath and good intentions. And so with our intention made and our strong breath, let us start to warm up the body. And staying in the seated position, I want you to take your hands, really widen out the fingers like spider hands, and then make a fist, and then extend and make a fist. This is a good way to open up the hands, stretch the finger, stretch the palm. And if this is your first yoga practice or your 100th, you'll find out that we use our hands a lot in yoga. So this is just a good exercise to warm them up, stretch them out. I'll take that about 3 more times. And this is also a good time to get that breath under control. Get into that rhythm of strong breath. And I'll stop and just shake out your hands a little bit. And now we're going to take our hands and interlace the fingers. And we're going to do a wrist rotation. Again, loosening up the wrists, the hands, getting them ready for the poses we'll do later in the practice. Sitting up tall, smiling, using this opportunity to think of your intention, get control of the breath. Now go the other way. And then release and shake them out a little bit. And now we're going to roll forward into hands and knees, or tabletop as it's called. And we're going to do a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, slowly round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Take that a few more times. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. And now come back to a flat back, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to inhale and reach the right arm, spin it open to the right, to the sky. And then we're going to exhale, take our right arm and slide it underneath our left for a little twist. It's called thread the needle. If it's there for you, have your cheek touch the mat. And if you want a little more, you can take your left hand, place it on the small of your back. That's available. It's a good spinal twist. Still breathing. Now if your left hand is on the small of your back, bring your hand down to the mat. And then slowly twist to the right. Bring the right arm up again, and then place it flat onto the mat. We'll do the left side. Inhale the left arm up, twist open. Then exhale, slide it underneath your right, twisting to the right. Cheek to mat, and maybe left arm to back of small of your back. It's on the small of your back. Place your right hand flat on the mat. Slowly unwind. Left arm to the sky. Place your left hand flat on the mat. Bring the big toes of your feet together. Sit back on your heels for child's pose. And as always, you can come to child's pose at any time during the practice. This isn't a competition. The child's pose is to protect you, to take care of your body. Now slowly come back up. Come back into a seated position. Hands together. Take a quick break. And in the next segment, we'll continue with our standing poses.
On out for Friday night fish at the Oxford American Legion Hall. It's delicious.
We love the Legion. They have great fish and good family fun.
American Legion fish fry. It's awesome. And the drinks are good. The food is good. The service is awesome.
Oh, listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Oh, 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 oh.
welcome back. We're going to continue with our standing poses. So check your foundation, your feet about hip distance apart. You're standing up tall, your shoulder blades are back, so up, back, and down, palms together. Inhale, reach and rise the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Now from here, put a little bend in your knees, and I want you to take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, fold forward. This is Padangusthasana. It's a good stretch for the lower back. If your legs can be straight, great. If they need to be bent, they need to be bent. If you want a little more, bring your elbows out to the side. Gaze is back between your legs. Your head's relaxed. And of course, your breath is strong. Release your bind. And now I want you to lift up your feet and take your hands and slide them underneath each foot so that the toes are on the wrist of your hand. Inhale halfway up and exhale, fold forward. Again, your knees can be bent or straight. This is Padahastasana. If you want a little more, bring your elbows out to the side. Release your hands from underneath your feet, and then slowly come back up to standing. Reach and rise the arms overhead. And then exhale, palms together, center of the heart. We're going to start with a few Sun A's. Inhale, reach and rise your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to the top of a push-up. Stay here for a quick second. Your hands underneath your shoulder blades, press your heels back. You're like one line. Exhale, keep your elbows in tight, lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And now from here, keeping your feet and your hands where they are, I want you to shift forward into plank. And then come back. Now if your feet and your hands stay the same, that's what we want. But if you have to make an adjustment, make the adjustment. I find that this shift into plank really is a good alignment cue for me. And if this is your first down dog of the morning, which it probably is, you can bicycle your feet. Down dog, we have the intention of pressing our heels to the ground, lifting our hips, hands firmly into the ground, gaze back between our legs. And as always, strong breath. At the end of your next exhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach and rise the arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Right into the next one. Inhale, reach and rise the arms overhead. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk, step back to the top of a push-up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. The end of your next exhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach and rise, the arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Now we're going to do a couple sun Bs. So for this, bring your feet a little closer together, standing up tall. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, sit back into a chair, bend the knees. Exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to the top of a push-up. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Bring your right leg back behind you and bring your right foot between your legs to the front of the mat. Spin your left foot flat and slowly come up, warrior one, having a nice lunge in the right knee, squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Now exhale, windmill your hands on either side of your right foot, step back to the top of a push-up and lower all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes. Lift the hips. Extend your left leg back. Bring your left foot between your hands. Spin the right foot back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Either side of your left foot. Step back. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. At the end of your next exhale, look between your hands, bend the knees, walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach and rise, arms overhead. And exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Come back to your breath, come back to your intention. Maybe take a quick break. And we'll see you in the next segment in our sitting poses.
Underneath everything we are all people. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Welcome back for our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. And before we get to our seated poses, we're just going to do one. We're going to start standing and then make our way to the ground. So for this first one, I want you to take your feet and spread them about the width of the mat. If you want, you can have your toes extended toward the corners. And we're going to do what's called a yoga squat. So we're just going to sit down into a squat. Your feet ideally are flat on the ground, but if you need a block, or if this is just way too uncomfortable, just come to a seated position. But this is a good hip opener and kind of a new addition to this pose that I've been working on is you want to take your elbows, put them between your thighs, and see if you can press them straight. So it's a straight line from your knees all the way across. This just gives you a little more of a hip opener in the hips. And if you don't feel it now, you should. You're sitting up tall, smiling, I hope, and breathing, coming back to the intention. Now I want you to take your right arm, right hand, place it on the floor behind you, and then place your left hand behind you and come to sit down. So we're going to straighten the legs out in front of us, sit up tall, inhale the arms overhead, exhale, fold forward, take our peace fingers, wrap them around our big toe, inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, fold forward over straight legs. And this is Paschimottanasana A, which we've done many times. And if you think about it, it's really a forward fold that we do while standing, but we're sitting for this one. Release your bind, slowly come back up. And now we're going to do Paschimottanasana B. So inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. And if you can, take your hands, wrap them around your foot, and see if your thumb of your hand can touch the big knuckle of your big toe. If not, that's no problem. Take any bind. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, fold forward. Release your bind, slowly come back up. And now we're going to inhale our right knee up and take your right foot and cross it over the left knee. Ideally, your right foot is flat on the ground. Take your right hand, place it behind your right hip, and really just have your fingers touching the ground. We don't want to really use this right hand for support, for pushing us. So sit up tall, inhale your left arm straight up. Now twist to the right, maybe hooking your elbow around your left knee. Your left leg extended, your toes pulled back, sitting up tall, gazing over your right shoulder. On every inhale, we want to lengthen, and exhale, see if you can twist a little more. These twists are good at getting rid of the toxins in the body. Now exhale, slowly unwind. We'll just take a counter twist to the left. Now exhale back to center. Inhale, bring your right knee up and extend the right leg. And we'll do the other side. So inhale the left knee up and cross the left foot over the right knee. Left hand behind your hips, sitting up tall. Inhale the right arm straight up. Exhale, twist, hooking your right elbow around your right knee. Again, with your right foot extended, pull your toes back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little more. Exhale, slowly unwind. Take a little twist to the right. Come back to center and extend your left leg. We're going to close this practice with a yin posture. It's a relaxed bound angle pose. So for this one, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. And don't bring them close to your body. Just bring them out a ways. And then I just want you to relax, drop the head, let the shoulders go wherever they go, knees fly open. For me, I like to take my hands underneath my shins and place them on my feet. And just relax and fold forward. This is a yin posture, which is a good complement to the poses we did earlier in that it's more relaxing. We hold it for a little bit longer, about 1 to 3 minutes. And yin poses are really good at working on the connective tissue of our body, the ligaments, tendons. And by allowing gravity to take hold, we can get deeper stretches in our pose. Now slowly release, come back up very slowly. And then, however you do, shake your legs out. We'll make our way into a seated position at the front of our mat as we close our practice this morning. The light in me bows, shines, reflects the beautiful energy within all of you. Thank you for letting me lead you in your practice this morning. Namaste.
Namaste.